Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order of the inaugural council for the municipalities of the County of Pictou for the 2024 to 2028 council term. At this time, I'll ask everyone to stand, pray, or reflect, as may be your preference, to help the council focus and properly do the work of the municipality. And as this is November, ask that we especially remember all the veterans who made sacrifices for us all. Thank you. At this point, I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kmaq, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. I am Brian Cullen. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer for the municipality, and I will chair the meeting here this evening until such time that the warden is selected and takes the oath of office. At that point in time, the warden will assume the chair for the meeting. So first on our agenda is reports of the returning officer. So report of the returning officer for the municipality of the County of Pictou, the election results of October 19th, 2024. As a result of the municipal council election held on October 19th, 2024, I'm pleased to report the following. So District 1, Joe McDonald received 543 votes. Daniel Muir received 191 votes. Joe McDonald is elected as councillor for District 1. District 2, Deborah Warden was acclaimed. District 3, Robbie McGuinness received 241 votes. Darla McKeel received 396. Darla McKeel is elected. District 4, Ronnie Bailey received 363 votes. Mary Woldridge Elliott received 237 votes. Ronnie Bailey is elected. District 5, Wayne Murray was acclaimed. District 6, Robert Parker was acclaimed. District 7, Christina Cameron received 283 votes. Donald Parker received 494 votes. Donald Parker is elected. In District 8, Peter Baird received 239 votes. Francis Saunders received 66 votes. Larry Turner received 317 votes. Larry Turner is elected. In District 9, Peter Boyles received 362 votes. Monica Thompson received 252 votes. Peter Boyles is elected. Donna McGregor in District 10. Donna McGregor received 181 votes. J. Randy Palmer received 456 votes. J. Randy Palmer is elected. District 11, Greg McDonald received 395 votes. Andy Thompson received 464 votes. Andy Thompson is elected. And in District 12, Chester F. Dewar was acclaimed. There were 18,461 eligible voters in the 12 districts of the municipality of the County of Pictou. In the 8 districts that had elections, there were 12,200 eligible voters, and 5,493 ballots were cast. The average voter turnout was 45%. There were 23 spoiled or declined to vote ballots. I wish to congratulate you on your election and wish you all a successful term. The report is submitted by Josephine McDonald, returning officer for the municipality of the County of Pictou. So at this point in time, we will administer the councillors' oath of allegiance and acknowledgement for the code of conduct. So I'd like to ask Judge Brina Han to come forward, along with Staff Sergeant Curtis McKinnon, who will assist with the oaths of office. Judge Hatt is the presiding provincial court judge here in Pictou, and several years ago was a solicitor with the municipality, providing us legal advice on Labor Relations at the time. So welcome, Judge Hatt. So at this point in time, I would like to call on Joe McDonald to come forward to take his oath of office.
McDonald, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors to the law, and that I am duly qualified and required by law for the office of Councillor of Municipality of the Pictou County, Pictou, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute my duties in the office of which I'm elected to the best of my knowledge, and that I have not received or will not receive any payment or reward promise thereof for the exercise of impartiality or their undue execution of my duties in my office.
Anyone wishes to take photos, you may do so at any point throughout the ceremony as well. Councillor Deborah Warden.
I, Deborah Warden, do swear or solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to the law, and that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Councillor of the Municipality of the County of Pictou, and I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any partiality or other undue execution of the duties of my office. Councillor Deborah Warden.
Councillor Darrell McKeel.
I, Darla McKeel, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law, and that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Councillor of the Municipality of the County of Pictou, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any partiality or other undue execution of the duties of my office.
Councillor Ronnie Bailey.
I, Ronnie Bailey, do swear that I will be faithful and bear the true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs or successors according to law, and that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Councillor for the Municipality of the County of Pictou, that I will truthfully, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received and will not receive any payment, reward, promise thereof for the exercise of my partiality or other undue execution of the duty of my office.
Councillor Wayne Murray.
I, Wayne Murray, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law, and that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Councillor for the Municipality of the County of Pictou, and I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received, will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any partiality or other undue execution of the duties of the office.
Councillor Robert Parker.
I, Robert Parker, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law, and that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Councillor of the municipality of the County of Pictou, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any partiality or any other undue execution of the duties of my office.
Councillor Donald Parker.
I, Donald Parker, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law, that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Councillor of the municipality of the County of Pictou, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any partiality or other undue execution of the duties of my office.
Councillor Larry Turner.
I, Larry Turner, do swear to solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law, and that I am duly qualified, as required by law, for the office of Councillor of the Municipality of the County of Pictou, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any partiality or other undue execution of the duties of my office. Thanks.
Councillor Peter Boyles.
I, Peter Boyles, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III and his heirs and successors according to law, and that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Councillor of the Municipality of the County of Pictou, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any, particularly or other undue executions of the duties of my office.
Councillor Randy Palmer.
I, Randy Palmer, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law. And that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Councillor of the Municipality of the County of Pictou. And that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability. And that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for exercise of any partiality or other undue executions of duties of my office.
Councillor Andy Thompson.
I, Andy Thompson, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law, and that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Councillor for the Municipality of the County of Pictou, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability. And that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any partiality or other undue execution of the duties of my office. And Councillor Chester Dewar.
I, Chester Dewar, swear or solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to the law, and that I am duly qualified and required by law to the office of Councillor of the municipality of Pictou County, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the office in which I have been elected to the best of my abilities. And that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any partiality or other undue execution of the duties of my office. Thank you.
Before we move on to the election of the warden, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Judge Hatt for presiding here this evening and present her with a token of appreciation from the municipalities. The municipality has made a donation to the Pictou County Food Bank and Judge Hatt's. So at this point, we will move on to the election of the warden. I will call for nominations for the office of warden. The nomination does not need to be seconded, it just needs to be moved by one individual. Once nominations are closed, if we have more than one candidate, each candidate will be given 5 minutes to address their fellow council members, and we will go in the order of district number for the speeches. So at this point in time, I will call for any nominations for the office of warden. Councillor Turner.
It is my privilege to place into nomination for the position of warden Andy Thompson, former deputy warden and councillor for District 11.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Councillor McKeon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cullen. It is my pleasure tonight to move the nomination of past warden and councillor for District 6, Robert Parker.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? I will declare the nominations closed. Do both councillors accept the nominations? Okay. Thank you. District, I guess, 6, Councillor Robert Carter will speak first.
Oh, okay.
Go up to the podium.
5 minutes. Was somebody going to give me a hand signal in 4 minutes? Or who's measuring the time?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm getting near my time. Good evening, fellow councilors and staff. Thank you for the beautiful setup here. And also, I want to say thank you for coming and welcome to all the family members that are here. And I know there's more than just family members, there's other interested parties. It's always good to have some interested parties. So when I was preparing for this, I thought, well, I better get started. So I sat down and I wrote up some pages. And I looked at it and said, no, 5 minutes, not gonna work. So I put it on the back of an envelope. So we'll see if that works better. There's a lot of things I could say tonight, but I don't want to go into too much detail. I do want to say that I really enjoyed being your warden for the last 8 years. It was truly a privilege and an honor, and I am willing to do it again and able to do it again if my fellow councilors so choose. But I particularly want to mention that the honor of being at the meetings with the fellow mayors here in the county at shared services, wellness center, all kinds of meetings. And yeah, those are hard meetings. There's a lot that takes place and there's a lot of dollars at stake. One thing I believe in is standing up and fighting for our rural municipality. I always have, and I always will. I get along good with the mayors, but they know where the line is, and I will fight hard for this municipality. And that's just part of what's in me, is not to let anybody push me around, I guess. One of the most important parts I find of being the warden, and I've enjoyed the most too, is visiting with our residents, many times along with the council for the area, across this whole big rural area of ours. And from Kensieville and Lismore, to Mount Tom and Salt Springs, to Caribou, to River John, and all points in between. Very, very important, I believe, touching base with our residents. That's who we're here for. That's who we're fighting for. They need to see myself as warden or whoever's warden, they need to see us out in public. I've always gone to the Warden's Tea in River John. Very enjoyable place to be, and my wife Colleen with me. And been to the East Pictou Rural Fair the last couple of years when it was revitalized. And a lot of other events, Councillor Don Butler, former Councillor Don Butler in Pictou East down the Lismore area used to invite me to a lot of things. So it's very important that we be seen. Now, I could go on about all kinds of accomplishments over the last 7 or 8 years, or 8 years I guess it is now. But I don't think I need to tell anybody around the table about those. I just want to stress a couple of areas in particular. And one is safety. The safety of our residents is absolutely paramount. We pay a lot of money, but they deserve it, but to the RCMP, to I think roughly 20% of our budget, to look after our folks out in our rural communities. And not everybody's feeling looked after. We attended a meeting just a week ago where some people in the River John area are very upset with, not necessarily with the RCMP, but they're upset that they don't feel safe. And we live in a world that if you don't look too far abroad, you think everything's going smooth. But there's a lot of bad things happening behind the scenes. So we need to make sure, working with the RCMP, and also the province is looking at what is the best way to police this province. 1 minute. So that one is very important. We've had some very bad storms, Fiona, and snowstorms and stuff. Our folks didn't feel safe. Blocked in, your roads blocked in, everything seemed, the world was upside down. So we're working very closely, trying to set up comfort centers and whatnot, vulnerable people's lists, that type of thing, to make sure that our folks are safe. Now I'll close by saying that you know me. I'm a quantity you already know as warden, if I've served your needs over the last 8 years and you feel I can still do it, I would certainly appreciate your support tonight. Thank you.
Councillor Andy Thompson. Judge Head, CEO Cullen and staff, honored guests, fellow councillors. I'm deeply honored to present my candidacy for the position of Warden for the municipality of Pictou County. Fellow councillors, congratulations on your election. It's truly an honor to serve our communities, united by the common goal of making them better places to live, work, and play. I'm a lifelong resident of Plymouth, where my wife Shelley and I have raised our 3 kids. Growing up, I enjoyed playing team sports, hockey in winters, on the ponds and rinks, and summers spent on the ball diamonds scattered throughout Pictou County. It was an amazing experience to watch team building in action. Kids from all corners of East Pictou would come together for a common goal. Playing sports taught me about teamwork. Whatever the task, there are inevitably bumps in the road. However, one works through adversity as a team and celebrates success as a team. I want to bring this team approach to the warden's role. We want what is best for our communities and the municipality. My professional life includes a wide range of experiences. I have a background in communications, following a journalism career where I worked in local, provincial, and national media. Following this, I worked more than 2 decades in sales and service, gaining valuable experience working with the public. Presently, I work as a community developer for a province-wide nonprofit that promotes age-friendly communities. Through this, I work side by side with volunteers to fix community centers, build new playgrounds like the one in Springville, and more recently, I secured funding to open a new childcare at the Plymouth Community Centre. We've secured $1.16 million to make the necessary capital improvements. This is needed because there's a 3-year wait list for childcare in Pictou County. Through my work, I develop ideas that will benefit many people in Pictou County. Recently, I worked with 21 nonprofits to develop the Pictou County Net Zero Community Buildings Project. This project aims to eliminate energy bills through upgrades like heat pumps, insulation, and lighting. To offset the energy costs, solar will be added. This $1.3 million project is fully funded. The work is underway in community centers and buildings throughout the county, including in Elmfield, West Branch, Tony River, Union Centre, Abercrombie, Thorburn, Little Harbour, and down the Shore Road in Lismore, Marigamish, and Sutherland's River. This project stands as a testament to community volunteer leadership. We turned an idea into action in less than 2 years. The project has collective impact, making our whole county more sustainable. By developing a local example on how we can get to net zero. These experiences have deepened my commitment to our rural communities. I'm on the NSFM board, and I have worked with our federal and provincial representatives to move projects forward. From a council perspective, I will strive to be an inclusive and fair warden. I'm someone who respects diverse opinions and always strives for consensus. My vision is to run shorter, more efficient, productive meetings. led firmly and fairly, ensuring all discussions are respectful. It's time to turn the page. I'm here to help us do that and hope you will give me your support. We all share a common goal to make our communities better, into better places to live, work, and play. With focus, determination, and teamwork, we can do great things for our residents. And isn't this why we are all here tonight? Let's do this together. I humbly ask for your support. Thank you. So at this point, we will distribute ballots to each of the councillors. So Karen will distribute the ballots and Sue-Ann will collect the ballots after you've had your opportunity to vote. Should note that in the event of a tie, the tie is broken by a draw from the ballot box. So. At this point, we will review the ballots and we'll be back with the decision momentarily. So I'm pleased to announce that the warden for the municipality is Robert Parker. So, Warden Parker, if you'd like to come forward and take your oath of office. So Chad, could we perhaps impose on you to administer, courtesy of you?
I, Robert Parker, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law, and that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Warden of the municipality of the County of Pictou, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the Warden to which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received and will not receive payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of any particularity or other undue execution of the duties of my office. Move like that. Good to go. I feel more comfortable doing it down here with everybody else up there. First of all, I want to thank my fellow councilors for the support you've shown to me. I will do my very best for another 4 years around our council table, in our communities, and with all other levels of government to give the very best we can together to move this county ahead over the next 4 years. Thank you. Now, we need first a motion to destroy the ballots from the previous election.
So move.
Okay, moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, ballots will be destroyed. Now, the next, we go through the same process for the deputy warden's position. So I'm going to open the floor at this point for nominations for the position of deputy warden. Go ahead, Councilor Dewar.
At this time, I'd like to nominate Wayne Murray, Deputy Warden.
Okay, nomination, it doesn't have to be seconded. Do you accept that nomination, right? Are there any other nominations for deputy warden? Are there any other nominations for deputy warden? Are there any other nominations for deputy warden? Seeing none, we will declare Wayne Murray elected as deputy warden.
Thanks for putting the trust in me. I was there for 8 years, and I promised to somebody else that put the name forward, I wouldn't likely back out, because it's a good job. You kind of stay on top of everything, but I know that there's got to be some changes around the table, that's for sure, and we've got to work hard at that, and I'll be helping everybody up to do that. So, thank you. I, Wayne Murray, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors according to law, and that I am duly qualified as required by law for the office of Deputy Warden of the municipality in the county of Pictou, and that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute the duties of the warden, which I have been elected to the best of my knowledge and ability, and that I have not received, will not receive payment of rewards or promise thereof, for the exercise of any partiality or other undue execution of the duties of my office.
Okay, and we'll move along now to the rest of our meeting that we've got the elections over with. And so the first thing is the errors, omissions, and corrections to the minutes from our meeting on October 7th. Any errors, omissions, or corrections to the October 7th minutes? Any errors, omissions, or corrections came to the October 7th meeting? Okay, seeing none, I will declare those minutes approved as presented. At this point, the next job to do tonight is the nominating committee, and I think it's 3 members that I select to go out of the room with myself to select the members for the different committees. So Deputy Warden Murray, Councilor Darrell McKeel, and Councilor Chester Dewar request that those 3 councilors come out of the room with me to select these committees. That's right.